Welcome to the Palestra in Philadelphia for the first Big Five City Series game. A battle between 16th-ranked Villanova and Ivy League powerhouse Penn coming up next. Since the 1950s, Villanova and Penn have been meeting regularly at the historic Palestra for Big Five City Series games. In recent years, Villanova's been the dominant Big Five team, winning or sharing 4 straight City Series titles and winning 5 straight over the Quakers. Tonight, Penn hopes to end their losing streak against the Cats as they meet for the 56th time. Penn takes on Villanova next in a Big Five showdown. Inside the historic Palestra for college basketball action, where tonight here on CN8, it's a Big Five battle. Number 16, Villanova at 6-0, taking on their rivals, the Penn Quakers. And it's only
averaging over 6 rebounds per game. They really get after it on both the offensive and defensive glass.
So taking a look at the brand new floor here at the Palestra and the starting lineups. All kinds of weapons, especially Reynolds, Fisher, and Stokes in the backcourt. And Dante Cunningham has been fantastic so far, starting it forward.
They're really embracing a new role as him being a primary scoring threat for the Wildcats.
And on the other side for the Quakers, Zach Rosen has done a very good job as a freshman taking care of the basketball here in the early going. Tyler Bernardini is the guy who is going to be their scorer, and they've gotten a surprising contribution early on from Brennan Motel.
Well, he's done a good job. Not a lot expected of Motel, the senior coming in, but he's averaged over 10 points and nearly 6 boards. But you're right, Bernardini's the guy that's got to get them going. He's going to have to make some deep threes to keep them in the ball game early.
Here's a pretty good look at that new Palestra floor. Series history between the two teams. Wildcats have won the last 5. As we said, the series goes back a long, long way. Here's Jay Wright. Here in his 7th season now as the head coach of the Wildcats. Or check that, his 8th season, I should say. Big East Coach of the Year in 2006. And he's got his team off to a red-hot start once again. Glenn Miller. His 3rd season at Penn at 36-31 after a long run at Brown. And the home white, Villanova the traveling blue. Wildcats in a twist and turn of the schedule because of the Philly Hoop Group Classic, playing 3 straight games here at the Palestra. Penn winning the tip. And Cunningham already with a rebound.
And he does such a great job of pursuing the basketball off the glass. Quick and athletic to the basketball.
That's Stokes. His range is the building.
Well, certainly he has that range, even though the
Wildcats in straight man defense. Good position from Votel as he posted up on Reynolds.
A great seal, and if you impressive to me, Scott. I've seen him play 4 times already in this early season. Their team chemistry, the way they share the basketball, as well as their overall team speed. Those are 3 really important ingredients to be a good basketball team, and they've got all 3 of them.
This is the unique experience in basketball.
Now available on DVD, the special collector's edition of The Palestra, Cathedral of Basketball, featuring the extended director's cut as well as bonus features.
There are certain places, if you really care about a sport, that you have to go to. And if you're a college basketball fan, you have to go to the Palestra.
For ordering information, visit PalestraDocumentary.com or call 1-877-FILM-BABY.
Tonight's game is brought to you by West German BMW. West German BMW. WG. 2 letters say it all. And from outside of the Ben Franklin Parkway to inside, another Philadelphia treasure, the Palestra. But I'll tell you what, you want to treasure something. How about the performance of Dante Cunningham in the Philly Hoop Group Classic over the weekend?
He was the MVP after putting up a double-double with 19 points and 12 rebounds against Rhode Island. And what he does is just a little bit of everything, including now scoring the basketball. He's always defended and rebounded. He's always been a great team leader, but now he has got a little bit of a different role for this team now in his senior season, as he's become one of their go-to guys on the offensive end, and he has certainly embraced that new role.
And when you start thinking about it, here's Reggie Redding. the miss. Cunningham got the putback.
He's relentless. He's a relentless defender. He does all the little things.
So many weapons, so many shooters. And that inside game now made even stronger by the fact that Penn does probably not have a big man to be able to deal with Cunningham.
And as
898-6151.
13-4, Villanova on top. First half action here at the Palestra. Don't forget, Monday at 7, start the sports week by stepping out of bounds with Pro Night on CN8. Only trouble finding the range. Little flip pass and a pretty one to Cunningham. It doesn't get a whole lot easier than that. And Glenn Miller calls for a timeout now with his team stuck 13. Cunningham has outscored the Quakers. He's got 10.
they do a great job of spacing, and with four guys on the perimeter that can shoot the basketball, you're forced to get out and guard at the three-point line. And when you do that, that's just too much room inside for Dante Cunningham to maneuver. Take a look at the Wildcats' last couple of buckets. Again, terrific spacing. You see four players out, one in. If you don't get out and guard the three, well, then they kill you. You get out to go guard the three, and then there's just too much room for Cunningham to maneuver. You're out guarding on the weak side, cheating out to the three-point line. Weak side helped just a little too late getting there.
Does that Cunningham, pretty good position inside. Lockery trying to see what he can do about battling him, but that's a nice drop step by Cunningham.
And he can't do anything about that if he gets that deep. He sits down, he's got such great lower body strength. When he sits into that post, you're not going to push him off stride. I don't care who's guarding him.
Gaines with the left hand, and he's all that's keeping the Quakers in this right now. He's got 10.
Now he is.
If you're looking for the clock, you got to look all the way up to the rafters here at the Palestra. Inside, Schreiber got it blocked away by Cunningham. And he'll toss it down to the other end to bring the first half to an end. So Cunningham, 2 blocked shots down the stretch. And a big first half with the basketball in his hands. He was strong, so were his teammates. Cunningham had 14 and 7 boards. Bernardini still waiting to really get going in this Big 5 matchup. Halftime here at the Palestra. 20 minutes down, 20 minutes to go. And the number 16 team in the country, Villanova, on top of Penn by 12. We'll come back.
Is you.
Imagine the game of football without the forward pass. It's not a pretty picture. 3 yards and a cloud of dust. Over and over again. No Hail Marys, no the catch. Imagine if John Heisman never found the inspiration to turn football into football. His Ivy League degree and inspiration came from the University of Pennsylvania.
For 2 getting it going right away. As you mentioned, the Holy War, St. Joe's and Villanova game that's usually in February finds itself in December this year in the Big 5 schedule.
So that is our look around the Big 5 as we continue here at halftime at the Palestra for Penn and Villanova. And we'll be back with more in just a moment. Oh, wow. That was left wide open. 16 now for Cunningham. Collection of terrific images, and the last one just a little bit disturbing. 14:30. Now for this Penn Quaker team, it's a pretty heady time basketball-wise. 8 20-win seasons between 1969 and 79. A magical season interrupted by Villanova in 71. 8 Ivy League titles. You saw Chuck Daly on the bench. And of course, for the Quakers, a lot of tremendous basketball resulted in one Final Four appearance. That, of course, was in 1979. Unfortunately for the Quakers, what got in their way was they were in that Final Four with Magic Johnson and Larry Bird in Salt Lake City. But they did make it to that Final Four in 1979. The team caught underneath, so Penn is going to have an opportunity to break away. Iggy the finish. That's just not a smart foul by Reggie Redding.
Now you got to stay away to the Sweet 16.
I think most people feel that they have a very good chance of being at least a Sweet 16 team, especially if Pena's hitting shots like that. He's got 8. Just tuning in, you missed a dominant performance again by number 16 Villanova. They've been all over Penn tonight. Never really a ball game. And 3:46 to go. Well, they're on the sideline. Doug West, former Villanova great, went on to a career in the NBA. 4th top scorer, Villanova history. 4th top scorer about that powerful Penn team in the 1970s. How about March of 71? They've played once already during the course of the year. Penn has won the game. Penn comes in undefeated. But Howard Porter and Villanova in the NCAA tournament destroy Penn 90-47. Villanova ends up going to the national championship game and drops the game to UCLA.
And everything.
Governor's not going to give up on that.
Is that a long day?
It's a Penn fan. Yeah, well, I gave up my ticket to go to my brother-in-law's high school
that was
show.
a smart thing. Yeah. You're a good brother.
Time running down. And that'll do it. So Villanova and Jay Wright come in. 3 straight games here in this building. 3 straight victories. 7 straight to start the year. They continue to cement their spot right now as one of the top teams in the country. A 22-point win over Penn here at the Palestra tonight. We'll come back and have some post-game thoughts from the Palestra after this big Villanova victory in just a moment.
It's not often a team can go directly from a garden party to a war, but that's what Villanova did. The 15th-ranked Wildcats lost to number 6 Texas Tuesday at Madison Square Garden. Then it returned to the Pavilion last night to renew its rivalry with St. Joe's that dates all the way back to 1921. Wildcats led the overall series 41-24, and the Holy War had been one-sided of late. The last 7 meetings decided by an average of 17 points. We hit the floor. St. Joe's forward Ahmad Nivens leading the Hawks at 19 points per game in scoring. Early on, off an over turnover, Tashid Carr feeds Nivens, wouldn't you, for the big throwdown. Later in the first, Nivens getting it done on D. First, he rejects Antonio Pena and then asks Corey Fisher, how does that taste? Coming back the other way, Sharoy Bentley finishes off like a Maserati. Hawks with a 6-point lead. Then with under 6 to go in the first, Darren Govins gets a piece of the action to the 3rd power from the corner. Next time down the floor, it's Govins again, knocking one down. St. Joe's by 9. Hawks head into the locker room leading by that margin. So the Hawks in good shape. They go to the second half. The Cats scratching their way back. Dwayne Anderson with the pick, going back the other way. He gets it back, and Villanova cuts it to 5. Then with Nova trailing by 3, it's Anderson again, this time from the outside. Nails a 3. It's tied at 44. Just over 7.5 to go. On the ensuing Hawks possession, Govins with the answer from 3 range. St. Joe's goes back up 47-44. Govins 6 threes in this game with under 3 to go now. Cats within 1. Reggie Redding hits. And Nova has its first lead since early in the first. It's 53-52. Under a minute left. After Nivens ties the game at 55 from the line. With his first free throw, he gives the Hawks the lead with his second. St. Joe's +1. They can smell the upset. Nova so down 1, under 10 ticks to play. Scotty Reynolds the drive. He is fouled by Idris Hilliard. Reynolds goes to the line with a chance to give the Wildcats the lead with time being precious. Just under 5 seconds left. He makes the first to tie, and Reynolds at the line with the second does give Nova the 1-point advantage. So the Hawks have to inbound first before they can attempt to get a shot off, but it's stolen by Dante Cunningham. And Villanova puts the squeeze on a St. Joe's upset bid by holding on to win 59-56. What a dramatic finish here as the series lead for Villanova now increases to 42-24 over St. Joe's. The Wildcats had to fight back furiously to get this one done. They outscored the Hawks by 12 in the final 20 minutes. Reynolds and Govins leads their respective teams with 18 points apiece. And with more on this latest installment in this rivalry, here's D. Lino.
With the game on the line, everyone loves to have a go-to guy. Villanova has just that in Scotty Reynolds. It didn't matter that Reynolds had shot 5 for 15 in the game. What mattered was his will to get to the rim. His 87% free throw shooting was a plus after that.
They did a great job in the first half, and we had to come out in the second half, match the energy, and just keep getting a good attitude. We knew things were going to happen. There were tips, and they were getting the ball, just laying it in. There were tips, and they were getting threes, but we knew we just had to keep coming back, and just stay together.
It was a classic, and the St. Joe Villanova game, we haven't had many classics recently, but you got to give them credit, man. They came in here, this place was rocking, and they played great. They played better than us. We just found a way to gut it out.
Villanova came into this game with the national ranking and the better record. St. Joe's quickly showed they were prepared to get after it defensively and make the Wildcats play a full 40 minutes to earn their 9th win.
The defense, I thought, was extraordinary. Actually, the whole game, I thought we did a really nice job. We overcommitted the one time Reggie Redding back cut. We were more than willing to have him have the ball in front of us, not behind us. So basically, I think that the separation in the first half was really our defense.
The Hawks were hurt by 8 second-half turnovers. Meanwhile, Villanova finished 13 of 15 at the foul line. All of those attempts coming in the second half. At the Pavilion, Dee Lynham, Comcast Sportsnet.